Today, we're diving into the heavyweight boxing scene to answer two massive questions. Is Oleksandr Usyk one of the top 5 heavyweights of all time? And who should the undisputed champ fight next? We've got Joseph Parker, Agit Kabayel, and Tyson Fury in the mix, so let's get to it. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's jump into the ring. Alright, let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk legacy. This man is a beast. At 38 years old, he's 24-0 with 15 knockouts, a 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion, and the first undisputed champ in the 4-belt era since Lennox Lewis in 2000. Oh, and don't forget, he was undisputed at cruiserweight too, something only he and Evander Holyfield have pulled off across 2 weight classes. That's legendary status right there, but is he a top 5 heavyweight of all time? Let's break it down. The traditional top 5 guys like Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Larry Holmes, George Foreman, and Mike Tyson are giants of the sport. Ali's charisma and dominance, Lewis's 25 title defense, Holmes' technical mastery, Foreman's raw power, and Tyson's terrifying prime, they set a high bar. Usyk's case is strong though. He's beaten Anthony Joshua twice, Tyson Fury twice, and Daniel Dubois twice, all while being smaller than most heavyweights at around 220 pounds. As promoter Eddie Hearn said, you'd back Usyk to compete with legends like Tyson, Holmes, or Joe Frazier because of his unreal skill set, slick footwork, pinpoint accuracy, and a boxing IQ that's off the charts. Here's the catch. Some argue his heavyweight resume with only 8 fights isn't deep enough to crack that elite group. Ali fought Frazier, Foreman, and Liston. Lewis had 66 wins. Usyk's got quality wins, but not the same quantity. Still, becoming undisputed twice in 2 divisions? That's a rare feat. I'd say he's knocking on the door of the top 5, but he might need a couple more iconic wins to seal it. Now let's get to the juicy part. Who's next for Usyk? The man's running out of opponents, but the heavyweight division is stacked with contenders. After his brutal 5th-round KO of Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium on July 19, 2025, Usyk named 4 potential opponents: Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, and even Derek Chisora. But the buzz is around 3 names: Parker, Kabayel, and Fury. Let's break down each matchup. First up, Joseph Parker, the WBO interim champion. This guy's on a tear with wins over Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, and a quick knockout of Martin Bicoli in February 2025 after Dubois pulled out due to illness. Parker's a former WBO champ, and at 33, he's got speed, durability, and a style that could test Usyk's movement. The WBO has ordered Usyk to face Parker as his mandatory challenger, so this fight feels like the frontrunner. Plus, fans on X are hyped for this one, with some saying Parker's all-around game could give Usyk trouble. A win here could cement Usyk's legacy even further. Then we've got Agit Kabayel, the WBC interim champ. This guy's a silent assassin, 26-0 with 18 KOs, and he's been wrecking shop with vicious body shots against Arslanbek Makhmudov, Frank Sanchez, and Zhilei Zhang. Kabayel's got that old-school vibe, no trash talk, just results. He's the mandatory for the WBC title, and fans on X are calling for a Parker vs. Kabayel eliminator to decide Usyk's next opponent. Kabayel's exciting, but his lack of name recognition might make this a tougher sell compared to Parker or Fury. And then there's Tyson Fury, the self-proclaimed Gypsy King, and insists he's the only one who can beat Usyk, claiming he won both their fights in 2024 despite losing by split and unanimous decision. He's pushing for a trilogy bout at Wembley in April 2026, backed by Saudi boxing bigwig Turki Al-Sheikh. But let's be real, Usyk dominated those fights, and a third go feels like a cash grab. So who should it be? My take, Parker's the smart choice. He's earned the shot, the WBO's backing it, and it's a fresh challenge that could push Usyk to show new dimensions. Kabayel's a close second for his momentum, but Fury's trilogy talk feels like a step backward. What's your pick, Avengers? The heavyweight division is on fire. That's it for today's breakdown. Avengers, is Usyk a top 5 heavyweight legend? Who should he fight next, Parker, Kabayel, or Fury? Drop your thoughts in the comments, vote in the poll, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Athletic Avengers. Until next time, keep swinging for greatness. Peace out.